I've been doing print on demand for over 5 years now and have been lucky enough to make a great amount of money with it. Enough to quit my job, live and travel very comfortably, and ultimately enough to have total freedom in my life. It still surprises me how many people have never even heard about print on demand or have only learned about a specific type or a specific way to do it. I saw a study that showed demand for print on demand is projected to grow to over $38 billion over the next 5 years, and Printful found that 1 in 4 sellers who actually stick with it are able to grow a thriving business. So I wanted to create this video to cover everything that you need to know about the overall business, even if you've never heard about print on demand before, or have only learned about one of the several different types of print on demand. This video will cover everything that you need to know about the business from a high level. I'll also share some personal experience about things to avoid if you're getting started for yourself. And I'll also share some tips along the way that have gotten me to the point where this business is making me consistent income. The goal for this video is for you to be able to walk away knowing everything that you need to about print on demand. So if you decide to make it your business, you'll start out without having to make a ton of mistakes. Print on demand is an e-commerce business model where you sell custom designed products like t-shirts, mugs, and phone cases without having to hold any inventory. When a customer places an order, the design is printed on the product and shipped directly to them. It allows you to start a business from scratch while keeping your upfront costs and risk as low as possible. Since every product you post for sale can sell on autopilot, as your income scales, you still don't need to hire out employees or manage inventory yourself. Basically, as your income grows, your workload doesn't. Getting to that point where you have a bunch of print-on-demand products that all sell every day, making you that sweet passive income, comes down to following the 4 pillars of the business model. The first being the product. Print-on-demand allows you to sell many different white label products. Some products will perform better than others, but it's not as much about the product that you're selling as the design that goes on that product. Not every design will work well on every product, so it's really about getting the combination of product and design right in order to get your products to sell. So basically, the business is just about making nice looking designs that people want to buy. And you might be asking yourself, how do you even make the design, or how do you know what designs to make? And there's several options to do this. Making a design depends on the product that you're selling and the niche that you want to target. Basically, you're not going to try and sell t-shirt designs on a bath mat. That'd be pretty silly. There's really 3 main types of designs that you can sell. First is a custom design. This allows a customer to send in a photo, a logo, or tell you the text that they want printed on the product. These are typically the only non-passive type of designs that you'll sell, unless you automate it using a tool like Hello Custom, which allows you to automate fulfilling custom orders. Next is handmade text designs, which is a predetermined saying written out in a spiffy looking font. And third, you can include graphics. Of course, if you have the skill, you can make graphics yourself, but otherwise you'll need to use AI. Image generators are now pretty much capable of making almost anything, from graphic elements that you'd use as a part of your design to full wraparound designs that go on a product like a mug. It can make infinite repeating patterns that work well on products like socks or big blankets, and it can even make full-sized paintings that can sell on their own. There's a few different tools you could use, like Mystic POD, which aims to make print-on-demand specific designs, or you could use the classic Midjourney, which is kind of an all-in-one image generator. There's a lot of ways you can go about actually assembling the designs, but I'll leave that for my design hacking tutorial, which I'll link right below the subscribe button. It's a lot more thorough on market research and actually assembling the designs. And for the purposes of this video, all you need to know is that the product and the design are synonymous. They're the same thing in print on demand. But once you have your design made, either in a tool like Canva or Figma, you'll save it to your computer, and this is where you can actually start to create the product. Basically, when you upload and apply the design that you made to the product that you're selling online, it creates something called a listing. The listing is simply a product page online where potential customers are able to see the product and design that you made and order it from you. This is really where strategy comes into play, because there's a lot of different ways you can build out these listings, but there's 2 main strategies that you can follow. The first option is all-in-one print on demand. This uses websites like Redbubble, Merch by Amazon, and Society6. These are all-in-one print-on-demand marketplaces. So once your design is created, you simply have to upload it to one of these websites, and it will automatically apply that design to a bunch of different types of products and create product listings for it. These all-in-one websites will push out those products to the customers who come to shop on their websites. The good thing is it's usually completely free to upload your product designs onto products on these all-in-one websites. The issue is that since these websites don't typically get much traffic and there's a lot of other sellers, beginners have a really hard time actually making sales. Personally, as someone who's tried this particular method, it's so competitive that I don't recommend it for beginners, or honestly anyone. Merch by Amazon is the only all-in-one marketplace platform that could be worth your time, but since it's extremely difficult to get approved for an account, you're probably still better off with going with the second strategy, which is supplier integration. This is where you choose to work with a supplier like Printify, Printful, or Gelato. These platforms are cool because once your design file is uploaded to the product on that supplier's website, you can push that product straight into your online shop where it will sell just as passively as it would in the all-in-one marketplace. These suppliers connect to all the most popular websites where you'd want to have your shop, such as Shopify, Etsy, eBay, and even TikTok Shop and Amazon. This strategy gives you a lot more control over your business, and since it unlocks platforms that you normally couldn't sell on, you usually make a lot more money. The only real differences between your supplier options are the product catalogs they offer, the prices for those products, and how the orders are actually fulfilled. Suppliers like Gelato or Printify don't actually print and ship any items themselves, but instead work sort of as a middleman connecting you to a print provider depending on the product that you're selling. Whereas Printful has a network of warehouses where they print and ship all their orders in-house. That comes at a cost though. Their prices are a bit higher than the rest, and Printify definitely has the best prices overall. And considering their product catalog is one of the biggest, in my opinion, it's still the best option. You can start using any of these platforms completely for free, but if you do decide to go with Printify, you can sign up using my link down below and my code ALEC to get 2 months of free premium, which is worth about $60, and it just gets you an extra 20% off all their products. Honestly, there's no right way to do print on demand. All of the strategies do work. It just comes down to picking the one that works best. Between all-in-one and supplier integration print on demand, although it costs more to start, supplier integration works much better. If I had to start over today, I'd go straight to using Printify again because they have the best product catalog and the best prices. Not to mention fast shipping times, and they already integrate into all the platforms that you'd want to sell on. This method gives you a lot more control over your business. It allows you to sell on multiple different websites of your choice, and it ultimately helps you market those products better. Marketing is the third pillar of print on demand. You have to get people online to see your product and design and actually buy it. No matter what type of print on demand you do, you can always open up a Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest account to post about and promote your products. But today, I just want to focus on the paid and free traffic options that you have available if you're starting out without any following. Since you likely want to make more consistent sales and early sales when you first open your business, the marketing really depends on your sales channel and your selling strategy. All-in-one print-on-demand marketplaces are going to advertise the products that you post to the customers who come and shop on their websites. Since the website traffic isn't that high, you'll get less organic visits to your product. With the supplier integration strategy, you have a lot more options. For example, Etsy is sort of the sweet spot for most beginners. They let you post product listings for only 20 cents each, and they have a powerful search engine that serves up those listings to their customers organically, just like the other marketplaces. The key difference is they have a lot more traffic coming to shop on their website. Amazon's marketplace operates in a similar way, where your products will get organic views in search. It's just a bit more expensive at $40 a month to have an Amazon shop. Both Amazon, Etsy, and eBay all work in sort of the same way. When a customer makes a search on one of these platforms, they'll match up the keywords from the customer search to the keywords in your listings to decide if it's a good match. Over time, if customers show interest in your listings by saving them, adding them to cart, and even buying them, you'll get compounded returns on the free traffic since the platform will see that listing as more valuable. Basically, they'll continue to promote it in more searches. You can also pay these platforms to promote your listings in more searches to get even more traffic if you feel you need it. But remember, just because you're paying for marketing doesn't mean you'll make sales. You have to get the product and design right. And finally, if you choose to have your own website on a platform like Shopify, you aren't really going to have any free traffic since nobody comes to visit your website on their own. You'll either need to pay to run ads on a platform like Google, Instagram, or Pinterest, or you need to make free content that drives traffic to your website organically. Your income and sales are more predictable if you get the ads down, but as a beginner, it's more difficult and expensive to learn. That's why I always recommend beginners start out on Etsy. It's right in that sort of sweet spot. Plus, since all the sales data from the other sellers on Etsy is public, you're able to study what's working right now in other shops using a tool like Listing View. This lets you analyze a shop and see which listings are performing best and what keywords they're using to do it. The ability to do this level of market research is what makes Etsy the best platform for beginners. You're able to figure out what to sell and how to sell it using a platform like Listing View. The key to successful marketing is obviously having targeted designs and targeted keywords so that the right potential customers are seeing your products. Just for some examples, fishing is a $100 billion industry and yoga is a $107 billion industry. When you make designs targeting those niches, you're dipping a toe into industries that have billions of dollars floating around. You're able to tap into not only those, but other industries like reading, sports, gaming, and all kinds of things. There's a lot more money out there than it seems like, and for you to make a good income with print on demand, you're taking less than a tiny little crumb of that pie. Now, once you do have some exposure with your marketing, sales will start to come in, and that's when you have to fulfill the order. With the all-in-one strategy, these marketplaces will take care of everything from printing and shipping the product to the customer, and they'll even handle customer service for you, and you'll just get paid a little commission. When you're using the supplier integration strategy, you have to make sure that all the orders are getting fulfilled smoothly. For example, when a sale comes in your Etsy shop, since it's connected to Printify, the order will show up in your Printify dashboard. This is what makes the business so cool, because now you have to pay Printify to get the product printed and shipped to the customer, but you've already made the sale in Etsy, which means you're already in a profit on your first sale. When you click submit on the order in Printify, they'll handle everything, and in a couple of days, your customer will have the product they bought. The setup is honestly the only point where you have to spend a lot of time working on the business. But once you have a bunch of products posted for sale, the operating of the business is quite passive. This means you can scale to the point where you're selling tens or even hundreds of products per day, and you still won't need to hire out any employees, and it won't cost you any more time. That's print on demand in a nutshell. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of whether or not this is the right business for you. If you're interested in getting more information about how you can start making sales as a beginner, you can watch this video next after you make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you over there.